Hey guys, welcome back to my kata series. This is the fourth video in my series. Today we'll be looking at Heian Yondan, which is the kata you learn as a green belt. This kata has 27 moves, with Kiai's at moves 13 and 25. This kata is the longest Heian Kata, so let's just get started. The first move is very slow and similar to Heian Yondan, but with open hands. Make sure your feet and hands finish at the same time. Prepare your hands before your foot moves to help this. This is then repeated on the other side, making sure you look first as you prepare and don't turn your feet until your arms move from the preparation position. For the third move, you move forward into front stance, performing a Kosa uchi. The backs of your hands should face inwards. Really make sure you're not over twisting as you prepare, as all your power should be going forward the whole time. Then we move into Morote back stance, making sure you push forward with your arms and don't swing round, just like I talked about in Heian Yondan. The next move, you step up with both hands on your hip, and again like Heian Yondan, kick yoko geri and Uraken. Make sure you don't lean over as you kick. As you land into front stance, your right elbow strikes into your left hand as an empi strike. Make sure your hips are square as you strike, and use that to generate the power. This is repeated on the other side, making sure you include a half step up to the preparation. The next couple moves are fairly complicated, so you stay in the same front stance and you lift your arms with your left straight forward, palm down, and your right by your head, palm facing away from your face. Your hand should be on your temple. Then twist into front stance on your other leg and swap arms. The only differences are that this time the hand by your face is over your forehead and your right hand is palm up. Here it is in one fluid move. Then you geri kick forwards, your right hand comes to your head in a fist and strike Uraken like in Heian Shodan. Your left hand blocks down and travels in front of your right. As you land, this is the 13th move and the first Kiai. Make sure your back foot is nicely tucked in behind your front foot. After the Kiai, fully turn around and cross your arms, keeping low. Then step forward slowly into back stance and cross your hands in a Kakiwake block. Your fists should be about 45 degrees. Make sure once again that your stance settles at the same time as your fists. This is then followed by a jodan geri kick, landing into 2 jodan punches. When you kick, make sure you're kicking forward and not just up, as you need to think about driving forwards. This is then repeated on the other side. Same thing with not extending your foot until after you prepare the block, and making sure you're looking the right way as you prepare. Coming into the home straight now, 3 more Morote in back stance just before the last Kiai. Make sure you stay the same height between each move. The second Kiai is a Hizuki knee strike. This move is grabbing someone's head and striking it onto your knee, so make sure when you reach up, you should have a gap about the size of your own head between your hands. Make sure you really drive your hip into the strike to generate power. Then turn into the last 2 moves, which is 2 Shoto in back stance. This brings us to the end of the kata. As you start doing more katas, you see the multiple moves from other Heian katas being repeated. This is very useful as you can use the same technique you've learnt already. However, it is important to see how learning these techniques wrong initially can make it harder to improve in later katas. General points about this kata are making sure the slow moves are actually much slower than your normal moves. This contrast will be very effective when performing your kata. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time for Heian Godan.